All right. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Big waves to you. Good to see you. I always say this for our guests. If you do kind of double-handed waves, I know it kind of feels awkward at first, but it really will make you smile. It puts you in a better place. Okay. So just do it. Do it. We're okay with it. Okay. Um, Good to see everybody today. And we've got a couple of things. David Elliott, Cheryl, if David's listening in, we got a happy birthday to sing at the end of this broadcast. So actually, David and Deanna May, both birthdays today. And we hope you guys have the most amazing day ever. And we're going to sing to you at the end. It's always interesting. So, and then we've also got a couple of people that, just today, as you know, you start to learn your family, right? And not everybody, like you, sometimes you miss people's birthday or not on accident just because you don't know. Or sometimes you miss somebody that's really going through a struggle. Maybe they're having a tough day. And so there's several of you on here that I know today could be a tough day. And so we just want you to know that we're praying for you and we're thinking of you and we love you. Okay. So the word for today is loyalty. Now we're going through the L's this week. So the word for today is loyalty. If you look at the definition, it's the quality of being loyal, a strong feeling of support or allegiance. And all I could think about when I thought about loyalty is, what are people going to say about me one day? Right? And I hope that you think about this word and you go, what are they going to say about you one day? When it comes to the word loyal. And what makes us a loyal person? Like, what makes us go through these 24 hours and help etch our name into stone that the world around us are going to say, now that guy or that lady was loyal. Loyalty to me is the ability to stick with your people. Good times and bad times. Does it mean you waver? Does it mean you have thoughts that go through your head? Absolutely. Sometimes you got to step away. Sometimes you take a day or two, right? I think that's just us being human. Like sometimes you just got to think for yourself. But true loyalty is when you keep moving despite the good times, despite the bad times, because I think it's both. I think really great times can change a person to where they turn their back on their people. And really bad times can change a person where they turn their back on their people. Right? Have you ever watched the movie? How many of you's watched the movie? Oh my goodness. It just left me. Is that age where you start to forget things? Okay. It just happened.
We are not aging, Homer.
What's the movie? What is the movie? Come on, Andrea.
I'm usually okay at reading your mind, but I'm lost at this one. There's been no facts.
Oh, this is important. This is important, people.
Rocky.
Okay. Not Rocky. Although that could be it. And I pulled a quote from Rocky, but it was not Rocky. Ernest, it was, oh my goodness, the carnival.
Oh, The Greatest Showman.
The Greatest Showman. The Greatest Showman, in the good times, what did he do? He moved away from his people. And then what happened? When it got rough, when the building burned, who did he come back to? His people. His people. The people that had helped him build it. And so when I think of loyalty is the ability to stick with your people. Good times or bad, left foot, right foot, step, like just stick with your people. Rocky or Sylvester Stallone said this: I learned the real meaning of love. Love is absolute loyalty. People fade, looks fade, but loyalty never fades. Loyalty never fades. And all I could think about is we just came out of Memorial Day, and it's like one true loyalty measure is like the devotion of life, like putting the other person's needs in front of your own. Who was it? Like Zig Ziglar said, if you help enough people get what they want in life, you'll have a life of abundance. He might not have said it that way. That's like the Brent Palmer version of Zig. Okay. Is if you help enough people get what they want, you will have an abundant life. Good Book says it too. And so I think about I got to be quick. I think about the owner in the dog story. Like the owner goes to the train station, walking his dog every day, and he gets on the train and he leaves and he goes to work, and the dog just sits and waits on what? The owner to return. And he did that for years and years and years. And then one day, Andrea, you're shaking your head. No, go ahead. No, come on.
I'm just saying I'm emotional careful.
You can't shake your head. I feel like I'm like, did I mess up? Okay. So then the owner passes, but the dog continues to go to the train station until the dog one day passes. True test of loyalty. And you go, Brent, what are you saying? I think we just came out of Memorial Day, where I look at people that live a life of abundance. I didn't serve our military. And there's a lot of days that I go, man, I missed it there. Because I look at the men and women of our military that stand up for their colors, whether it's the Army or the Navy or the Air Force or the Marines or the National Guards, and they stand up with so much pride when their song is being played. You know why? In my opinion, as a former coach, because they know that they put other people's needs in front of their own. And there's so much abundance in their heart from knowing they paid that price. And some paid the ultimate price and lost their life doing it. And I'm like, man, it makes goosebumps stand up on my arms, or my hair stand up. I'm sorry. It makes goosebumps on my arm because I'm like, that is loyalty. That is loyalty. And teams also bring about that. Like a lot of you are a part of a team right now. There's a lot of you that's in network marketing that has this team. And so when you see your people walking the stage or you see them breaking around, there's so much appreciation, abundance for that, because what? You're putting somebody else's needs in front of your own. You're pushing them up instead of you pushing yourself up. And there's so much fulfillment when you're showing that loyalty. So, Andrew, I got a little messed up this morning. It's because you shook your head at me. Okay. But anyway, I'm going to turn it to you.
Well, I warned you this morning. I said I'm an emotional turtle, more so. So guys, I need to give you a little backstory. My daughter graduates today. My son enters high school. This mama is a mess. And so I text Brent to say, hey, I'm a disaster. And he said, I think it's time for you to realize you're 47 years old and you are an emotional person. Like, this is who you are. So yes. So when you started sharing that story, I was like, abort, get off that.
Okay. Time out.
You can't take it.
So I got to say this when we talk about emotional person. This is someone last year on Mother's Day that found a wounded bird. Oh, I can't say that. A wounded bird in the yard and grabbed the bird and put it in a box and took that little bird like 4 hours away to a vet. So from hats off to you. So when I say emotional, I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, we'll have to talk. I mean, Alan's sitting there. I see him shaking his head. I don't know what that means, but
shake away. I tried. Anyway,
Hey,
okay. So
all right.
loyalty. So just bear with me. I love you guys. Thank you for loving me and my high emotional person. So the quote that I found that I loved was, loyalty is hard to find. Trust is easy to lose, and actions speak louder than words. And I don't think anybody ever wants to say, you know how I want people to describe me? Disloyal. Like, none of us want that. We all want to be loyal. We all want to be the person that somebody else can count on, I would assume. So what I looked into is, what are some universal traits of loyal people and that we can learn from? And first of all, they're honest. Loyal people are honest. They're honest in their actions. They're honest in who they are, and they're not afraid to be authentic. They're honest enough to be vulnerable with other people so that you can actually know who they are. Because how can somebody have our back if really we don't even know who they are? Next, loyal people stand by you and take a stand for you. And I keep hearing, and I don't know where this quote comes from, but I keep hearing the quote, and I know Bill and Susan will know it, but storm hell with a fine vessel. Maddie's excited too. So there are people in your life that will stand next to you in times where there's just bad odds, but you know that when you turn around, they're still going to be there. And so that is truly a loyal person. Number 3 is they respect boundaries. And I'm in the middle of a book about boundaries. I don't know a lot about boundaries, but you do know those people that when you say, you know, I love you and I appreciate you, but I can't do X, Y, and Z right now. They say, okay, I'm going to love you even with that boundary. I'm okay with your boundaries. I'm going to respect it. Next, a loyal person celebrates your success. Oh my goodness, don't we love those people that when we do something that we think is great, that's great to us, maybe it's not even great to them, right? Like maybe our bar is a little bit lower, but they still celebrate us like we just landed on the moon. And those are truly loyal people. Next, they have a positive outlook on life, and you can see and feel that positive energy coming from them. They invest in the relationship. So they invest time and energy and their emotion into the bond and the connection that you have with them. And then lastly, loyal people are a vault. And I love the analogy of, you know, if you give a loyal person your story or your secret or your whatever it may be, your heart, they're going to keep it, and they're going to keep it safe in that vault. And I think about a lot of times where, you know, sometimes it can feel good, like you'll be around maybe a new group of people and they'll say something to you about somebody else, right? And they're like trusting you, and they're saying, oh, well, so-and-so, you may not know it, but you know, she's got 2 teenagers. Like, it doesn't even have to be a bad thing, but they share a little bit of somebody else with you, and you think, oh, in the inner circle, and that feels really good. But that's not a loyal person, because if they're going to share somebody else's business with you, guess what they're going to do with your business? So loyal people are a vault, and they keep your business in their pocket and they don't share that around. So that's what I have this morning, Coach. And I think I did it with no tears or minimal.
You did good. You did good. And I got to say this, you are a definition of a loyal person.
Oh, thank you.
I worked with you for over a decade, and you are a true definition of a loyal person. So
thank you.
We appreciate all that you do. So guys, we got a birthday to sing. Like we got to get more upbeat here. Like, so we got some birthdays. Miss
So Dina and David.
Dina and David, we hope you have the most amazing day ever. Have ice cream on me, a big bowl of ice cream on me, please. Happy birthday
To you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Lovely
Happy birthday, David and Dina. Happy birthday to you.
Guys, so much.
Channel 4.